Today we're going to look at an amazing and important topic, the history of the first LGBT people. We'll be looking at the lives of two pioneering individuals who had surgery in Denmark, some fascinating facts about LGBT history, and the presence of transgender and LGBT people in ancient mythology. So, let's get started. Let's set off on our journey together, starting in Denmark. This country has a special place in our hearts because it was a beacon of hope for many in the early 20th century. In the 1950s, Denmark was the site of some truly groundbreaking medical procedures that changed the lives of many transgender people. Two remarkable individuals stand out in this history, Christine Jorgensen and Lili Elbe. Christine Jorgensen, born in the United States, made headlines around the world when she became one of the first people to undergo gender reassignment surgery in Denmark in 1952. It was a truly incredible transformation.
But it would be very difficult for that child, I'm afraid. I have the courage, of course, to face as many things that have to occur in my life.
Not just physical, but also a profound affirmation of her true identity. Christine's bravery and openness about her journey brought significant attention to transgender issues and opened doors for many others to follow. In the 1930s, Lili Elbe, a Danish painter, also underwent a series of gender reassignment surgeries. Lili's story is particularly poignant. Born Einar Wegener, she lived much of her life feeling out of place in her own body. The surgeries she underwent were experimental and groundbreaking at the time. Tragically, complications from one of her surgeries cut her life short, but her legacy continues to inspire. Her story was brought to life so beautifully in the film The Danish Girl, which brought her struggles and triumphs to a global audience. Let's take a moment to look back at one of the most fascinating aspects of human history. Throughout history, people have broken free from traditional gender norms and taken steps to embrace their gender identity. One of the earliest recorded gender changers is Elagabalus, a Roman emperor who ruled from 218 to 222 AD. Elagabalus is often noted for their efforts to transition, preferring to be called a lady rather than a lord. Historical accounts suggest that Elagabalus offered vast sums of money to any physician who could provide them with female genitalia, which shows how much they wanted to fully transition. Another fascinating figure is the Chevalier d'Eon, a French diplomat, spy, and soldier in the 18th century. Born as a male, d'Eon lived part of their life as a man and part as a woman. The Chevalier d'Eon's life was a unique blend of gender fluidity and public service, making them one of the earliest well-documented gender-fluid individuals in modern history. In non-Western cultures, we find wonderful examples like the Hijra community in South Asia. The Hijras have existed for thousands of years and are recognized as a third gender. Hijras often undergo a form of gender reassignment and have played significant cultural and religious roles in their societies. It's so inspiring to see how far we've come in embracing gender diversity. These examples show that the concept of changing one's gender is not a recent development, but rather a part of human history that spans across different cultures and epochs. Let's take a trip back in time to see how things used to be. It's amazing to think that the presence of LGBT individuals isn't a modern phenomenon. In fact, it's been documented in various cultures throughout history. In ancient mythology, we find numerous examples of gender fluidity and same-sex relationships. In Greek mythology, the god Hermaphroditus was a being of both male and female attributes, which is pretty cool because it shows that gender is not so black and white. The story of Hermaphroditus and the nymph Salmacis, who became one body, symbolizes the union of male and female, which is a beautiful idea. Similarly, in Hindu mythology, there are several deities who are not constrained by traditional gender roles. The god Shiva, in his Ardhanarishvara form, is depicted as half male and half female, representing the wonderful synthesis of masculine and feminine energies. Let's move on to ancient Rome, where we find the Emperor Elagabalus, who ruled in the 3rd century. He's often cited as one of the earliest recorded transgender figures. Elagabalus was known to have preferred being called a lady rather than a lord, and even sought surgeries to transition, according to some historical sources. It's so inspiring to see how many transgender individuals have made such a difference throughout history. Let's take a moment to celebrate a few more trailblazers. One such inspiring figure is Marsha P. Johnson, an African-American transgender woman and LGBTQ activist. Marsha played a crucial role in the Stonewall Riots of 1969, which marked a turning point in the fight for LGBT rights in the United States. Her activism and dedication to the cause have left an enduring legacy, and we're so grateful for her. Another truly inspiring figure is Sylvia Rivera, a close friend of Marsha's and an absolutely tireless advocate for the rights of transgender people and people of color. Sylvia co-founded the Gay Liberation Front and the Gay Activists Alliance, fighting for the rights of marginalized communities. It's so great to see that in more recent times, figures like Janet Mock, a transgender writer, director, and activist, have continued to pave the way for greater acceptance and understanding. Janet's memoir, Redefining Realness, has been a powerful voice for transgender rights and visibility. Wiwa, born in the 19th century, embodied the Zuni concept of lamana, a mixed-gender role that transcended traditional binary definitions. As a cultural ambassador and spiritual leader, Wiwa challenged Western notions of gender and sexuality, demonstrating the fluidity and complexity of human identity. Centuries later, Laverne Cox emerged as a trailblazing figure in the transgender community. Through her acclaimed role in Orange is the New Black and her tireless advocacy, Cox has amplified transgender voices, demanding recognition, respect, and equal rights. It's so inspiring to see how far the LGBT community has come. Their history is full of amazing stories of courage, resilience, and triumph. From ancient mythology to modern-day pioneers, their journey has been one of profound significance and ongoing progress. A huge thank you for joining us on this amazing journey through history. If you enjoyed this video, we'd love it if you could give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories. Until next time, stay proud, stay informed, and stay fabulous.